What if I told you that adding just one thing to your diet could improve your fertility and erection quality? I'm Dr. Marcus Lane, a urologist and pelvic surgeon, and today I'm going to share with you an interesting study about one food and how it affects both fertility and erections. In 2024, researchers conducted a systematic review and meta-analysis, which is an analysis of many different studies on a particular food and its effects on fertility. After combing through the literature, they found 4 studies that included a total of 875 participants. In these studies, participants consumed the food for 3 body months, and the scientists tracked a variety of fertility-related metrics. Participants included both men and women, between the ages of 18 and 49. 2 of the 4 studies were randomized, controlled trials in men. In those trials, one group ate 2 servings of the food every day, while the other group ate a diet that did not include the food. The results showed that men who ate the food every day had significant improvements in sperm quality, specifically a 51% increase in motility. Sperm swim better, a 54% increase in normal morphology, the standard shape of sperm, which is important for conception, and a 61% increase in vitality, strong high-energy sperm. The healthier the sperm, the more likely they are to meet and fertilize an egg. The other 2 observational studies did not find a significant link, but they were not randomized, and the serving sizes were much smaller. So, what is this food? It's nuts. In one study, 75 g of walnuts per day for 12 weeks. In another, 60 g of mixed nuts, 30 g of walnuts, 15 g of almonds, 15 g of hazelnuts eaten every day for 14 weeks. Why might nuts affect fertility? Nuts are high in healthy fats like omega-3s and monounsaturated fats, which have been linked to improved sperm quality and function. They also contain antioxidants that protect sperm and eggs from damage, along with many vitamins and minerals essential for reproductive health. Additionally, nuts have a low glycemic index, which helps prevent blood sugar spikes, a factor that can reduce fertility if prolonged. And what about erectile function? Just as they improve sperm health, nuts are also good for blood vessel health. They contain antioxidants that protect the endothelium, the lining of blood vessels, and the amino acid arginine, a precursor to nitric oxide, an important molecule that initiates and maintains an erection by dilating blood vessels and increasing blood flow to the penis. In particular, pistachios are rich in antioxidants and help protect blood vessels. One small study had 17 men eat 100 grams of pistachios every day for 3 weeks, and the results showed improved erectile function and better penile blood flow on Doppler ultrasound. Another study of 83 men divided into 2 groups. One group ate 60 g of mixed nuts, walnuts, almonds, hazelnuts every day. The other group did not. After 14 weeks, the nutting group showed significant improvements in sexual pleasure and desire compared to the control group. Of course, these were small-scale studies and mainly on young, healthy men, so they cannot be applied to all cases. But in short, adding a handful of nuts to your daily diet can be a simple, natural way to improve your fertility and erectile function. But that's not all. Sexual health depends on the basic pillars of health: diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management. If you don't have these 4 elements in place, then tips or biohacks won't be as effective. And speaking of those pillars, let's take a moment to understand why each one matters so much for both fertility and erectile function. Starting with diet, the foods you eat are literally the building blocks of your hormones, blood vessels, and reproductive cells. A diet rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, healthy fats, and lean proteins ensures that your body has the raw materials to produce testosterone, maintain healthy sperm, and keep blood vessels elastic and responsive. On the flip side, diets high in processed foods, trans fats, and excessive sugar can increase inflammation, damage blood vessels, and disrupt hormone balance. In the context of nuts, they're one of the easiest ways to add nutrient density to your diet without feeling like you're making a big lifestyle change. A small handful each day fits into almost any eating plan, from Mediterranean to plant-based and pears. well with other fertility-friendly foods like berries, leafy greens, fish rich in omega-3s, and legumes. Exercise is the next pillar. And while many people associate working out with muscle tone or weight loss, it plays a direct role in sexual health. Physical activity improves blood flow throughout the body, including the pelvic region, which is critical for achieving and maintaining an erection. It also helps regulate blood sugar, reduces excess body fat, and optimizes hormone levels. Resistance training, for example, has been shown to boost testosterone levels, while aerobic exercise supports cardiovascular health, which is directly tied to erectile quality. But it's important to note that overtraining or extreme endurance exercise without proper recovery can actually lower testosterone and impair fertility. So, balance is key. Sleep might not seem as exciting to talk about, but it is one of the most overlooked factors in sexual health. During deep sleep, your body produces the majority of its testosterone, and disrupted sleep patterns can significantly reduce levels over time. Studies have shown that men who sleep fewer than 5 hours a night have much lower testosterone levels than those who sleep 7 to 8 hours. Poor sleep also affects sperm production and motility. It's not just about quantity, but also quality. Consistent sleep schedules and good sleep hygiene can make a big difference. Then there's stress management. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, a hormone that, when elevated for long periods, suppresses testosterone production and impairs sperm quality. It also affects the brain-body connection needed for arousal and erection. Mindfulness practices, meditation, breathing exercises, and even simple hobbies that you enjoy can help lower stress levels. In one study, men who engaged in daily relaxation techniques had measurable improvements in both erectile function and overall sexual satisfaction. Let's circle back to the role of specific nutrients in nuts. Walnuts, for example, are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that supports sperm membrane health, making sperm more flexible and better swimmers. Almonds are loaded with vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects sperm DNA from oxidative damage. Hazelnuts provide folate, which is essential for healthy cell division, including the formation of new sperm cells. Pistachios, as mentioned earlier, are high in arginine, which the body converts into nitric oxide to relax blood vessels and improve circulation. When you combine these different nuts, you get a spectrum of fertility-boosting compounds in one easy snack. But here's something many people don't realize. Sperm production takes about 74 days from start to finish. That means any dietary change you make today, including adding nuts, won't show its full effect until about 2 to 3 months later. This is why studies on fertility often span at least 12 weeks. Patience and consistency are crucial. You can't just eat a handful of nuts for a week and expect miraculous changes. You need to make it part of your routine. Erectile function improvements can be noticed sooner, especially if your current diet lacks healthy fats and antioxidants. Some men in the studies reported feeling more energetic and noticing better morning erections within a few weeks of adding nuts. This likely reflects improved blood vessel function and nitric oxide availability, which respond more quickly to dietary changes than sperm production does. Of course, food alone isn't a magic bullet. If you smoke, have uncontrolled diabetes, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, these will still impair both fertility and erectile health regardless of how many nuts you eat. That is why I always tell patients treat nuts as part of an overall lifestyle strategy, not as the sole intervention. For men looking to optimize their sexual health naturally, here's a practical approach. Start with 60 to 75 g of mixed nuts daily. Ideally, a combination of walnuts, almonds, and hazelnuts, with pistachios a few times a week. Pair this with regular exercise, aiming for at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week, plus 2 strength training sessions. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of high-quality sleep and find at least one stress reducing activity you can do daily. Keep alcohol moderate, avoid smoking, and maintain a healthy body weight. If you and your partner are trying to conceive, both of you can benefit from these habits. Fertility isn't just a male issue. Egg quality and ovulation are also influenced by diet, exercise, sleep, and stress. Nuts can provide antioxidants and healthy fats that support female reproductive health as well, protecting eggs from oxidative damage and promoting hormonal balance. One last point worth mentioning is the environmental and psychological aspect. When you make a daily habit of eating nutrient-rich foods, you send a subtle but powerful signal to yourself that your health matters. This mindset often leads to other positive behaviors like cooking, more meals at home, drinking more water, or cutting back on junk food, creating a ripple effect that supports not only sexual health but overall well-being. So if the idea of stronger erections, healthier sperm, and better fertility resonates with you, consider the simplicity of this advice. Keep a jar of mixed nuts in your kitchen, office, or even your car. Make it as easy as possible to reach for them instead of something processed. Over time, those small handfuls can translate into significant improvements in your sexual health. And as always, I encourage you to be patient, consistent, and to think about the big picture, because true health is built day by day, choice by choice. Additional detailed content that enhances context and value for your audience. Understanding the individual nutritional profile of different nuts can offer even more targeted strategies for optimizing reproductive and vascular health. Brazil nuts, for example, are unmatched in their selenium content. Selenium is a powerful antioxidant that supports testosterone synthesis, thyroid function, and immune health in very small amounts. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day can meet your selenium needs while avoiding the toxicity risk of overconsumption. Cashews are another nut worth mentioning, as they are rich in magnesium and zinc, crucial minerals involved in hormone regulation, energy metabolism, nerve function, and the production of luteinizing hormone, which stimulates testosterone secretion in men. Peanuts, while technically legumes, contain resveratrol, a polyphenol also found in grapes, and berries, known for its anti-inflammatory, cardiovascular, protective, and potential fertility-enhancing effects, particularly in female reproductive health. As resveratrol may support ovarian function, improve ovarian follicle quality, and moderate insulin signaling, important in conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome. In terms of erectile function, additional mechanisms beyond nitric oxide support exist, with nuts offering several synergistic nutrients for endothelial and cardiovascular integrity. Vitamin K, healthy fats, and potassium, magnesium, and other phytonutrients work together to promote optimal upstream mechanisms, including arterial health, cellular signaling, smooth muscle relaxation, and balanced blood pressure regulation. Notably, magnesium found in nuts helps regulate vascular tone by affecting calcium and potassium channels in blood vessel walls, making it easier for vessels to dilate and maintain blood flow, essential for erections, blood pressure regulation, and cardiovascular health more broadly. Shifting to the female lens, nuts can also support hormone balance, reproductive cycles, and pregnancy outcomes through their nutritional content, estrogen modulation, and metabolic support. Walnuts rich in ALA have been studied in gestational context, demonstrating potential to support placental health, fetal brain development, and reduce risk of preeclampsia when consumed as part of a balanced maternal diet. Pregnant individuals and those trying to conceive may also benefit from the folate in hazelnuts and almonds, and combined vitamin E and healthy fats from walnuts and almonds that protect embryonic and early fetal cell integrity while supporting neurodevelopment and maternal vascular adaptation. For those dealing with assisted reproductive technologies such as IVF, the antioxidant and healthy fat content of nuts could support better oocyte quality and embryo development, not just via improved egg health, but through systemic effects on inflammation, insulin sensitivity, and oxidative stress that are known modulators of IVF success rates. Timing remains pivotal when integrating nuts for reproductive outcomes. Sperm take around 74 days to fully develop, and eggs mature on cyclic schedules, typically 90 days from primordial follicle to ovulation, providing a framework for clients and patients to monitor progress and align dietary changes with menstrual cycles, fertility tracking, and clinical interventions. Further guidance might include recommending Patients keep a simple food log of nut intake, sleep hours, exercise sessions, and stress levels to help monitor correlations with hormonal symptoms, cycle regularity, morning erections, semen analysis outcomes, and subjective energy or libido changes. Lastly, mention that while nuts are high in calories, they're also satiating and nutrient-dense, making them a supportive snack for lean mass retention, weight management, metabolic optimization, and long-term compliance compared to calorie-dense, but nutrient-poor alternatives like chips or sweets. For personalized guidance, it remains wise to assess for nut allergies, individual calorie needs, and adjust portion sizes. Accordingly, maybe combining nut intake with other functional foods like flaxseed, pumpkin seeds, soy, or oily fish to further diversify omega-3s and bioavailable micronutrients. But in all these expansions, the core message remains simple: nuts are a natural, high-impact, low-effort addition that bridges nutrition, vascular, and reproductive physiology, creating benefits that are more than the sum of their parts.